I think it's very important to be able to have a system like self-hypnosis that will put a filter around yourself so you're not bothered or distracted by mannerisms, by facial tics, body language, noise, and you can talk right past that and say what you need to say in the way you need to say it and not be bothered. See, right now, I'm tremendously annoyed by someone who's talking to me and has mockery on the face, and we're talking about something serious, and his facial expressions are just stupid, for want of a better word. This distracts me. Because when I'm serious, we're talking about a serious time, I expect my adversary also to be serious. He's not taking me serious, and I see gloat and mockery in his face. This bothers me enormously, throws me off my rhythm. But with self-hypnosis, with a good filter around myself, giving myself all the right suggestions and becoming a good, deep subject to expertly condition my subconscious or unconscious, however you want to put it. It's not really unconscious, it's a different part of consciousness. I'm that much better off. Because then I don't have to come in and I'm worried about this height fascist going to look down at me and try to impose his height advantage on me. I'm 5'2.5", and try to pull all kinds of tricks like that and allude, not directly, but in the behavior and the attitude. I'm a dwarf, I'm a troll, I'm this and that. Where normally right now I want to kill the son of a bitch. No question. I want to rip that face off of that son of a bitch who insulted me in that way. But with self-hypnotic conditioning, it's very possible, if I'm a good subject, to put a filter around myself, a good thick filter around myself, so none of that garbage bothers me. No noise around me, no special light, no nothing. I'm not worried about anything. And above all, I'm not worried about what I look like from the side and from the back and whether everybody likes me. I'm not a showman. I'm not trying to ingratiate. I'm not trying to be liked. And this gives me an advantage. But I have to admit, all these distractions throw me off. And I want to get to the point where they do not throw me off, to where I can push past that, push through it, and not be affected by it at all. You take someone like a Mark Levin, for example. This is a sadistic. This is a man who does not make one iota of sense. He's a hateful individual when he talks about traditional values, morality. He doesn't know anything about what the hell he's talking about. Now, as a constitutional lawyer, that's a different. I don't know anything about that. I'd be a fool to try to beard him in that den. But if I take a Levin or giggling Tucker Carlson into my den, I'll take them apart. No question. I'll take them apart with argument and evidence, right to the point. And I'll be able to push back on anything they say when they're talking about morality, traditional values, and they're trying to give me a sermon. Someone like that, I like to give a sermon right back to him immediately. But you can't do that if you can't stay quiet and deep within, contained. There's a good filter around yourself, so I'm not bothered by someone like Mark Levin, ugly as he is and ugly as his wife still is. I'm not bothered by any of those things. I'm not bothered when he's trying to insult me, humiliate me, use sarcasm, ridicule, mockery, covert and overt. I'm not bothered by that. Or Bill O'Reilly wants to stand on the sixth floor and look down at me. No spin, I'm talking from the balcony. I'm not bothered by this. Normally this would really get under my skin. That's what I'm talking about. But when you let that get under your skin, you're less effective. And the whole idea, I want to get this through to anybody that's listening to me, is to be effective. Whatever it takes, you must be able to say what you need to say in a way you need to say it, and say it quickly. But more importantly, you have to be effective. You have to ask yourself, what kind of a state must I put myself in? Not will, must, to be most effective here. Give a good presentation of myself. It's not about winning an argument. It's being rhetorically persuasive with argument and evidence. This is not a philosophy class. This is reality. It's a cold, hard reality that's run on practical issues. It's a very practical, pay-as-you-go world. It's as simple as that. It's set to a clock time, deadlines, amount of time to make your point. You don't have all day to make your point because people do not have patience. And listen, patience runs out after 30 seconds, I found. I can't make my point in 30 seconds. I'm never going to make it. It's that fast. You don't worry about how you look. I'm a short man with no appearance and no personality. So what? So what? So what does that mean? You're not worried about that. But you are worried about giving the best, most effective presentation of yourself in the now. If I could do that, I'm satisfied.